time around, GP obviously playing. Like, why would he pick anything different? Please ignore those few weeks he was trying to buy left for a little bit.
Quite back and forth here, but actually, the only two recent ones.
That was Tea Time 20.
The most recent ones were two that were about 3 months ago, and they went back and forth in sets. So I don't know how this is going to end. I mean, it'll be exciting to see c4rrot win, I guess, because he's the lower seed, and he's also doesn't come here as often. Obviously, GP being the TO, he's here every week.
And wins a lot.
Yeah, he always gets top 3, top 4, top 2, top 1.
He might be good at this whole Smashy Bros thing, you know?
Yeah. But c4rrot, he's more of a rare appearance, so it'll be nice to get more content of him while he's here, you know?
More of a rare appearance, also more of a rare character somehow, because, like, since, like, Terry and Kazuya's coming back, I haven't seen as many Kens knocking around. Because I feel like all those players have just gone, oh, I'm going to play the DLC version of my existing character, so we don't see too many Kens.
Yeah, Ken got power crept really, really hard. With, like, everybody realizing Ryu is just better Ken, everybody, you know, Terry getting released, and then Kazu getting released. Like, there's really not much room for Ken right now. He's
But the only thing he does still have, Shoryuken.
Yeah. That Shoryu is a double-edged sword, really. It's really good in some aspects because you can anti-air with it. Like, you can't anti-air with Ryu Shoryu because you'll just get hit by you just hit with the sour spot. But because Ken has got multi-hits, does he
get the?
That was a shame. I really wanted that down there. That would have been sick. But yeah, because it has multi-hits, you can anti-air with the Shoryu, which is really good. But at the same time, you can also SDI out of Shoryu if you have really good SDI. So it's a bit rough. It's a bit of a double-edged sword, as I say. So
well, the good thing is nobody SDIs in this game, so we should be fine.
Yeah, GP's not an SDI. He does not SDI, so.
He's got these old man hands.
Yeah, exactly. He's playing Ike. Like if he could do precise inputs, he would play a better character, you know. And
if he had a functional up B, he might be even better. But unfortunately, c4rrot just falls out of the ether again.
Yeah, ether's not the best move.
It is very good, but unfortunately, just has some glaring weaknesses. And
Ken is combo food, so we're going to see that narrow pair.
Up air is, or narrow pair, excuse me, is, you know. It's not ether, it just works.
Yeah, usually the percent window for it is really narrow, but I mean, Ken is just, like I say, just combo food. Like, he's just so big. I don't know what it is about Ken, but he's really, really easy to combo. His ding-dong range is absolutely massive as well, for example.
Shoryu the wrong way?
I think that was on purpose. It was because if he did it to the left, he would have SD'd, so he tried to just cover SDI in with the Shoryu to the other way, but not finding it.
Trying to get these jabs focused to sub GP to release for the focus punch, but GP not biting, just holding shield, holding firm. Trying to bait c4rrot into making a mistake, and then he just runs at him. So bait taken.
Oh, these retreating nairs are just doing wonders for GP right now. Ooh, stuffing out the ground with a down tilt going all in.
You can't do that versus Ken Shoryuken.
No, you can't. You can't. That was very, very no. He hadn't shown an Edo habit so far. He was just feeling himself, I'm not going to lie. We'll see if he's maybe giving c4rrot a second life here, if c4rrot's going to get much off it, because, you know, he's lucky to be alive with only one stock left on GP right now. We see him dashing around looking for a parry, just trying to set up this advantage state, but GP's having none of it.
I was going to say, that there's no way in hell that kills.
Yeah.
And indeed, c4rrot lives.
PS2 is a massive stage, so going across that whole stage, he's got a lot of room for DI.
Oh! He just rolls into the F tilt, and that time he's very close to the blast zone and will get launched into a GP takes game 1.
That was a really nice F tilt. I like the dashing, just try to bait a little defensive option. I don't know if he was trying to look for the roll, maybe for just a dash instead, but it still worked. Pretty nice stuff. I like it. I like it.
Well, you see c4rrot's been like constantly using that ground approach in that set. Where like even if he's not rolling, he's just trying to get up close personal so he can set up those like jabs to focus.
On the final stock, he was doing a lot of dashing on the ground, so it made sense to opt for some ground coverage instead. Shut down his feelings a little bit because he was definitely getting a bit too audacious.
So game 1 on the way of GP. Round 2 will be on Pokemon Stadium again.
Yeah, and I mean, again, this is looking good for GP. We saw an aggressive start. I'm very surprised by that, honestly. Character as explosive as Ken, you don't expect them to just side B into you, but hey. Fighting right back. Wow. Dead even.
He's ready to take a shot.
Nice. Not going to kill, obviously, but racks up the damage.
Ken can just like get a Shoryu off any neutral move.
Nice.
Like that.
Nice spacing on those down tilts to catch that roll. Keeping disciplined after hitting the strong down tilt, waiting for the panic option, punishing accordingly. And your character like Ike doesn't have the best disadvantage state because he's a tall guy, frame for air dodge.
He's
GP's
tall,
not
he's
an
heavy,
SDI
he's
as
just
well.
like really good combo food.
Yeah. No, nice first stock from c4rrot. Trying to look for some Tatsu loots here. They're pretty good versus Ike. They don't really work versus like really fast characters, but versus Ike, you know, slower guy, definitely viable. GP committing so hard for that dash grab versus a Ken as well, no less. Wow.
That's another thing to note. Does Ike have a way of beating Focus Punch just on one move?
No, Ike has no multi-hits.
Yeah.
Except for like jab maybe, but that's
Jab
such
doesn't count.
that's so ridiculous. So.
Either way, GP will get the Apparent clean out the stock, but
I mean,
like
Aether technically, but again, that's also
that
ridiculous.
you're not using that to punish
ridiculous.
Focus Punch. I'm like expecting c4rrot to try and maybe pull it out a little bit more here. He's using a ledge like this.
Oh!
That time the Aether comes out, the dodge.
I guess we were wrong. I mean, it didn't work actually because Aether never works, but
yeah,
worked that time. But yeah, some nice advice here from GP right now. I did like that little.
Oh, let it go. There we go.
Trying to time the attack, but c4rrot just holding all the way through that move. I'm not gonna lie, GP's been getting a lot of grabs so far. I'm actually surprised because a character that's, again, Ken is just radioactive. You know, it's really hard to get near him without just being terrified.
But at the same time, you do need to respect the Ike aerials. So at some point, you are just gonna get caught holding shield. Because you don't want to be the guy, especially who gets hit by your dash attack. I think is the main culprit.
Yeah, true. That's like really Ike's only grounded burst, and you don't want to get hit by that.
So what are you gonna do? You're gonna hold shield, and that just sets you up to get grabbed.
I do think if c4rrot wants to bring the set back into his favor, he needs to stop this shielding and try just roll out, trust his movement a bit more, trust his reactions, you know, stay composed, stay confident instead of like panic shielding. At the end of the day, GP is not a burst Ike. He doesn't like going for those burst dash attacks. He doesn't do them often. So you can really afford to play a reactionary style game plan versus him.
I saw how hard GP was trying to get the SDI in there, and it just didn't matter. He still got hit by the Shoryu. Yeah. The raw Shoryu in neutral, it would have paid off if it hit, but unfortunately c4rrot like half a screen away from what it felt like.
Yeah, a bit of a YOLO DP there, not going to work out. The next one is, though, nice, much more sensible one.
When you have a setup as good as down tilt, why are you doing raw Shoryu?
Yeah, it's a very risky. I mean, it is for that anti-air potential, but it is, boy, it's risky. So again, similar situation to what we saw in game 1, where c4rrot has a bit of a disadvantage in this final stock, but you know, he's feeling himself a little. He starts changing his gameplay. He's dashing a bit. Even some Hadokens coming out now. Nice parries here.
Tech chase. Oh, doesn't get the roll. Doesn't get the grab.
Oh, and the shield break not coming out.
Him.
And we all knew what he was looking for there. That was intense.
Like GP playing very scared right now, backing off, gets back to the corner, doesn't get hit by the follow-up.
Doesn't hit confirm it. Unfortunately, you know, a very difficult thing to try do. He's going for these focuses in neutral. This is really weird, but...
Well, it's because what's GP going to do about it? Because if he goes for a move, that was nice.
I mean, it worked. It really did, yeah. That was a nice mix-up to include at the end. I'm sure he's going to come up with an answer for next game, but yeah, I mean, it paid off in game 2 there.
But like these focus punches neutral, what's GP going to do about it? Because you hop up, he uses focus punch. If you try and contest him with an aerial, you get the damage, but then c4rrot has the frame advantage, can hit you with a focus punch, or can cancel into something more lethal if you feel like you can.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't feel like a situation GP could come out ahead of. He just sort of has to let it go.
I feel like he has to just go for like a really specific timing and spacing on the nair. That's like kind of what I'm thinking. But that's kind of his answer to everything in this game. So that's just what Ike does, you know, just nair differently. That's the solution.
Do you remember like Smash Ultimate at launch, and it was just like nair Lamau?
Yeah, it's crazy. Ike has definitely had the hardest fall-off of any character, I want to say. Actually, maybe not as hard as Pichu, but still.
Pichu got nerfed.
The fall-off has been... True, Ike didn't even get changed. Ike is definitely the hardest fall-off from an unchanged character. The fact that MKLeo was winning with this guy is absurd. I can't believe people couldn't figure out Ike counterplay by themselves in 2019. Because, like, oh my god, it's obvious nowadays.
Well, that has certainly evolved, but GP sticking with the character even though all of the characters have gone past him in a sense, and still making it work. Has a percentage lead right now. Just trying to space out these aerials and just wait for the opportunity to come to him. That's actually another thing you can do. So if you go past him, c4rrot, as he goes for focus punch, you can just get the damage and get away without getting punished yourself. And sometimes you just get a raw dash attack like that to clean out stock. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry for damage. Go for it again. No, goes the wrong way. Tries to read the SDI. And
again, he doesn't want to do it to the left because he's scared of the SD, so he covers the SDI instead. Wait, Ike was changed? What did they change about him?
I am misremembering the patch notes.
Oh, didn't they buff him even? No, they... Oh, I remember. Net up air was true for way longer. It was true for like 20%,
okay.
not like...
Oh,
5%.
get dunked on! c4rrot just walks up and spikes them to hell.
Yeah, the drop zone down there working out for c4rrot there off that little mix-up. Okay, so it's true, but even then, okay, we got to remove Ike from the list. Even then, though, Ike was pretty terrible with the buff.
Yeah.
Now, like they did not need to nerf him. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of stupid that they nerfed him. But I mean, hey, whatever. What can GP do except complain that Ike is bad for the 5,000th time, right?
And win anyway.
Yeah, well, he's not winning versus me, but...
Well, he's winning this game right now with this...
Yeah, he's looking like he's trying to find his way to top 3. See if he can get to Grands.
You can see just spacing c4rrot out, not letting... Well, I was going to say not letting him in, but then c4rrot just forces the issue, gets the close in, doesn't avoid the quick draw. c4rrot trying to play the distance game, but it's very hard against a sword as big as Ike's. Like, how do you get into here? Because every time you have to contest Nair, and at that higher percent, it's just so dangerous because you just perish, as he did there.
I mean, it's not that bad. You see that parry coming out, that's a real key answer in this matchup, these parries. Because, I mean, the Nair mix-up timings are possible, but yeah, at the same time, GP doesn't want to be just floating out there with no hitbox for too long, so...
Well, second leap in down tilt into c4rrot will get c4rrot the stock, so it's going to be even count on this third game.
Again, c4rrot approaching the final stock from behind. Can GP close it this time? Similar to the first game.
GP a little more buttons.
A lot of ground coverage coming out from GP, but c4rrot's not biting.
Oh yeah, I'm going to explain the gimmick. It's the GP drinking game. Take a drink every time GP does ether a ledge.
Yeah, he loves that option. It's really good. I think it's... No, Manhattan Cafe is a reference to his Horse Girl anime.
Ether a ledge, take a drink? Yeah, it's a Horse Girl anime thing, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's very sad.
When GP announced he was getting a gaming cafe, everyone and their mother tagged him on Twitter to say, hey, you should name it Manhattan Cafe.
It's being named Gamebridge. No, I have no idea. I read that somewhere, but I don't think so. You should close it here.
Yeah, GP nice. Just chases him out. That's the first time he's actually shown that this set, I'm fairly sure. The fact that he's willing to go out there and contest c4rrot.
I mean, it's also the first time that he's actually put him in a situation where he has to use Tatsu. Because, like, Ken has the mix-ups, but as soon as he's forced to use Tatsu, like, every character in the game should kill him. Like, Little Mac should kill him if he's forced to use Tatsu. But that's the first time he finds it, and he gets it. You know, he doesn't drop those opportunities. GP's very good at taking what he's given. So,
indeed.
Yeah. Now, GP goes up a game. It's 2-1 to the Ike player.
I believe it's the PS2 run back. Yep.
Yeah, these guys do not care. They're just going PS2.
I hate it, but I respect it. I just feel like if you have an opportunity to try and spin the match in your favour a little bit, which you do on the stage selection screen, you should try and use it. But
yeah, I mean, if it was like a major, every single time, if I lose a game, I'm not going to go back to that stage unless something major changes. But local, I mean, I do it all the time as well. If I know I can beat someone, I'm not changing. Like, I'm down to just run it back, even if I lose, because it's like, dude, whatever. I know I can beat
Mr. Tech gets dragged in by the a little bit. Ether a ledge, take a drink.
Major though, I hate it. You gotta take every resource you have, you know, in my opinion.
Tatsu's this time instead of c4rrot tries to go for the spike, doesn't get it, almost falls victim to the gimp of ether, but ether ledge, take a drink.
c4rrot showing some nice patience here, not catching that roll, but still trying to keep this stage control right now. I'm liking this Ken gameplay.
Fades back, tries to bait you.
Whoa!
Risky and catches
that was a
landing.
really nice anti-air. That dash up tilt, just finding a tiny blind spot on that Nair. Catching it out the start-up. That was really good.
GP catches the roll in on the wake up.
Oh!
Punch? No.
Perfect timing.
He just walks up and aerials him. That is aggressive gameplay from c4rrot. We haven't seen that option yet.
This might be the first time c4rrot has had the lead in this whole set as well.
I can full well believe it.
So this is promising for him. He might be taking us to Game 5. Again, he uses Tatsu, he should die. Like, that's just how it goes. Good evening, Jam.
Tatsu will get the stock taken off C4rrot, so now...
This advantage state is really good from C4rrot. I'm liking it a lot. The air dodge, though, is not... Oh, his ankle's got broken.
Oh, the Fox Punch lands, it's sour, but it's still damage. And it, like, again, just breaks through GP's aerial guard. And sometimes
net up air. Yeah, that's lethal. That's lethal. Yeah, sometimes it just happens. Sometimes it just happens.
Aggressive air dodge C4rrot as well.
After he DI'd out on that first net, it was just guaranteed. There was no escape.
He's ready to take a drink. Like, I feel like C4rrot's getting a little bit impatient, where he had a good tempo advantage, but now he's just getting hit by a lot of stuff that feels like he perhaps shouldn't be.
Nice jab mix up from GP there. Really just holding the center. He wants to end it all. Oh my god. He's got all the momentum in his hands, and he's not slowing down at all.
Fishing for the grab.
Oh, GP is lethal right now. No shield break, a shield poke instead. Oh my god, did you see that? He went so low that he turned around Ken for the down air. That was... I've never seen that mix up before. That was really good. I'm stealing that. I'm stealing that. That was really good.
Auto facing is one hell of a drug for Ken when you're in neutral like that, but when you're below ledge, you can catch them off guard. Focus will save C4rrot once again.
The air-to-air coming out from C4rrot. Just trying to kill him now. Pulling the trigger because he's getting desperate. Can he stay alive in this? He's trying to find the kill. Both players at kill percent right now. That's a sour spot. He's living.
148%, a hope and a drink to stay in this tournament.
Yeah, this is looking bad, and I think this F-tilt will do it.
The second F-tilt does it. GP walks it off 3-1.
GP advances to losers finals. 3-1 victory over C4rrot. Good showing from C4rrot, getting his 4th seed as predicted. Not too shabby. Missing out on the payout, unfortunately, but...
GP's in the payday for his own tournament.
Yeah, he usually is.
You're being stared at.
Now, I'm commentating.
Get it now. We got a break. Get it now. Support the venue. Take it on the way outside is lobbying. No, we support our venues here at .teamlive/mug esports/ whatever we are right now.